Emily, first of all, I'm proud of you for not falling when you're walking down the aisle. The patient's advice, it goes for you too. You'll need to be patient with your husband. When he's getting waxed by 12-year-olds on Halo and you're trying to go to sleep, before yelling at him, just remember, if you're patient, he'll end up rage quitting and come to bed.
Something Emily has expressed to me since the day I met her, don't kill me, is how infatuated with Alex she is. If I had $1 for every time Emily said, wow, Alex is so handsome, I just love him so much, I'd be picking up the bar tab tonight. So let's raise our glasses to the new Mr. and Mrs. Brown on the first day of the rest of their lives as husband and wife. Cheers.
My voice when I speak, when the roads cross, my steps below me. I don't see nothing but what you show me.
And I love y'all.
When the rain won't stop, you're the shelter I keep. And when the night comes, you're the bed where I sleep. Wherever I go, you go there with me. I belong with you. Yeah, I belong with you. I belong with you. It's what I was born to do. I belong with you.
I don't think we're supposed to kiss yet.
One day, Lisa and I were sitting on the couch together, and Emily started to make her way down the stairs. All of a sudden, we heard a cry, and the next thing we know, there's Emily tumbling down the stairs, head over heels. Then smashing headfirst into the closet, the coat closet, folding doors right across from the stairs. Lisa, of course, starts to move to jump up and go to her. And I stopped Lisa with a hand on her arm as we looked over at Emily. Emily then sat up with a hand rubbing her head, tears starting to form in her eyes, and she had that look that little kids get when they are about to start wailing. I then asked her calmly, "Em, are you okay?" And with a sniffle and in a stuttered breath, she answered, "I'm okay," and came over for a hug. At that moment, I knew two things about my daughter. One, she would not grow up to be a graceful ballerina. And two, she would always get back up and try again no matter what life threw at her. The second memory actually happened multiple times. Throughout her younger years, different situations would come up to which Emily would state it wasn't fair. At all these times, I explained that life wasn't fair, and unfortunately, that's how the world works. She never wanted to accept this, and I'm not sure if she even accepts it today. But what I do know from those moments is she would always try and treat everyone in her life fairly and to make things right wherever she could. Both of these aspects of Emily make me a very proud dad. I love you, Emily, with all my heart. I can turn? Aww. Aww. It's beautiful, honey. Beautiful. I love you too.
I like
so anxious and I'm crying every 5 seconds.
Are you?
Yes.
Don't cry.
I'm not really crying. I'm just
You each bring different perspectives and personalities to the table, yet you are still so in sync with one another and two of the goofiest and most genuine people I know. You have supported each other through thick and thin, the most difficult times and the best of times, and it has only made you two stronger. One of, if not my favorite things about you two as a couple, is how all these years later, you two are still so evidently in love. The day-to-day can get mundane, time can change things, but not for you two. Emily even told me just 2 weeks ago how they still go out to dinner and don't run out of things to say. They have to pause their movies because they are talking nonstop. They talk on the phone every day on their lunch break, even though they just saw each other a couple hours before, and will be back together in a few more. I think I speak for everyone in this room when I say you two are truly an example of unconditional and everlasting love. It has been an honor to be a part of your lives the last several years, and I cannot wait to watch you take on this life together as husband and wife.
Will you take my heart? Can you promise me an afterlife?
In the time that Alex and Emily have spent together, they've built a sturdy foundation for a lifelong relationship. They've traveled together, adopted Petey, their little fur baby, surrounded themselves with caring friends, and have come to know and love each other's families. Now, after a great deal of thoughtful consideration, they have decided to dedicate themselves to one another for the rest of their lives.
I, Alex, take you, Emily,
To be my lawfully wedded wife,
to be my lawfully wedded wife,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better or worse, for
better-
richer or poorer.
for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
We'll get there. I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad,
I promise to be good to you in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor
I will love you and honor you
you all of the days of my life
all the days of my life,
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
I, Emily, take you, Alex,
To be my lawfully wedded husband,
to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer.
for richer or for poor.
I promise to be good to you in good times and in bad,
I promise to be good to you in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life,
until death do us part.
until death do us part.
So by the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina, I now pronounce you, Alex and Emily, as husband and wife. You may now kiss your bride. All right, hold still for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I now pronounce, it's my pleasure to present you Mr. and Mrs. Brown.
Now on to Alex. I would like to welcome you to the family, Alex. You are a great guy. I knew this from when we first met. You won me over instantly with how genuine, intelligent, and funny you are, and with your obvious love for Emily. Thank you, Scott and Sandy, for raising such a great son. You are a perfect partner for Emily, and I will be proud to have you as a son-in-law. Now, not being particularly wise, I don't want to give Alex and Emily any marriage advice. Instead, I will fall back on my Irish heritage and give a few Irish blessings instead. So here we go. May their joy be deep as the ocean, and their misfortunes as light as foam. May you always have cool heads and warm hearts. May your troubles be less and your blessings more, and nothing but happiness come through your door. May your home always be too small to hold all of your friends. And finally, merry met, merry part, I drink to thee with all my heart. To Alex and Emily.